It's just down and to your left.
And you tap with your right.
Look over to the side.
Where you can join and subscribe. It's Crypto ROTH, the real drive you out. Let's hit the like button now.
Love that cowbell. Nothing like a little cowbell to put you in a good mood in the morning. Nothing like a little cowbell to give you a little perspective in life and in this market. The mystery of the cowbell. If you don't have your morning cowbell, you just don't have your best morning. Sponsored by the Union of Cowbells. Support your local cowbell factory. Tick tock, tick tock. That like button's looked at me funny. I'm gonna slap it. I think you ought to slap it too. Just one time though.
Ow! Why'd you do that?
Shut up. Just take it. You slapped it 3 times. Snitches get stitches.
Shawty saw my wallet, now she think a new ransom. Whoa, telling me she wanted me to hammer. Trying to get saved, baby, I am not the answer. No, I can never.
It's a pretty decent time to do that. I think Ethereum's around 3,300 right now. I did the same thing. I'm catching that little baby while she's down. Close to 3,000. I believe it's time. Are we ready?
Turn this shit off, bro. I can't rap how everybody else rap, bro. Everybody talking about how cars, clothes, chains, and money. That shit corny as f. I don't want to rap about that corny. Motherfucker, I've been mortified, 5, feeling like a Mordecai. I ain't regular, feel like Jordan wearing 45. Traumatized, victimized, seen some of my niggas die. Knock you off a base with a bat when them niggas slide. Homicide, genocide, televised, emphasize.
Here we go.
Waiting boy, tell that nigga he gon' pick a side.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to our surprise daytime stream here on Road Dog Crypto. Normally have a late night stream, but hey, we mix it up a little bit. Trying to customize myself to the daylight hours a little bit. Look, I'm here on 4-hour chart looking at Bitcoin because we've had a series of, well, higher highs and a higher low, another higher high, and a possible another higher low if this trend line that it is respected so far continues to be respected. We could just begin to bounce at this area. There is a 100 moving average here running right underneath that very beautiful trend line there, and that gives me hope that we will have some support here. Now, what else could give me hope that we've got some possible support in this area? Well, I do use my moving averages, and I do have some larger ones down here. Now, I've got an 800, a 600, and 300. Now, they're flipped backwards and a 200 down here. Not looking that great, to be honest with you, here on the 4-hour. They're kind of in reverse origin, but our smaller ones have breached that, and they are up to the upside. So we at least got that momentum that is starting to shift up. It will be a rocky ride according to this time frame. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit to get input on the daily to see what it's telling us. How rocky does the daily say? Because that's really what we want to look at. I'll get rid of this little Fibonacci thing I got going on here because it looks just confusing. Here's our trend line here. Same one we saw on the 4-hour. Looked a lot stronger on the 4-hour. We are flirting with losing the 9 moving average, and that's the first steps to start maybe reversing down. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Next area would be this 121 moving average area where they're starting to converge there a little bit. That's getting us down about 64,400. We might see that, we might wick there, or it might respect this trend line like we see it on the smaller time frames. There are some signs saying that, yeah, we might actually respect this little baby. And if we don't, well, 63,000 could be in the picture in that area. So if I'm going to look at this, it's a great time since we got a bottom and we got a top, start pulling out our little fib areas and seeing how we're respecting that. Where we're at right now is a 236 fib area. Any kind of bounce from here will be hella bullish. If this area holds, it will be a hella bullish move, like, yeah, headed up toward 80,000, that hella bullish type move. That would be great. Would love to see that right now. However, 63,600-ish, 63,700-ish would be the next official level down if we're going by our Fibonacci strategy. And that's going to take us down to about 63,678 on this particular chart on Coinbase. So I'm going to mark this little guy officially. Any breakdown from there, there are a couple of levels, but you know, I'm just going to start looking down here at 59 because that's our 618. If we start losing these levels, this is just where we just kind of gravitate to. So if things start going to purple, 59.8 could be on the radar there, man. Not saying it's going to happen, but we just, you know, we paint that picture ahead of time so that we can take advantage of it. A good thing to keep in mind if you're looking at this, and one of my main strategies is the trend line. This tells me when I need to get out, when is a good time for me to short. I mean, always the top signs are the best times to start playing it short ahead of time. But if you're thinking about, oh, well, my trend's over, we broke a trend line, I'm do a retest, a short on the retest, or maybe even after it breaks the trend line, depends on your risk tolerance. But generally, when price breaks this trend line, that's one of your good places to short or at least take profit and wait for a lower price to buy back in. So those are the options we're looking at, but so far this trend line has not broken, so I'm not officially bearish here on this daily time frame. Even looking at it on the 4-hour time frame, and I'm going to give you a warning sign. You know, when we have a trend line like this, where you're usually looking for 3 humps and then a possible dump. That happens. That happens a lot, and that happens a lot with the Elliott wave theory and whatnot. Even if we flip Elliott on, he's got us coming up here with a 5 wave saying we should get an ABC correction. And what that translates into, that from this 5 area, you know, we might come up and then we kind of dump down with a correction. that would get us that $63,000 area that we were looking at. It could. So let's keep those ideas in check. So basically what it says, we have a really good chance to bounce here if we do hella bullish move possible with some good results coming. That would be just beautiful. And I would definitely be looking for 70,600, something like that, to be the first target breached and possible more upside. Losing this trend line, we're starting to look about 63,000 again, and hopefully to catch there. If not, 59. So that kind of sums up Bitcoin, what I'm looking for, Bitcoin on the bigger time frames there. There will be a monthly candle close tonight. I will be going over that on a nightly stream is my plan, either on our official nightly stream or maybe even an earlier one. Making up for some lost time while we were off on vacay without good internet to stream from. We give a shout out to everybody that's hanging out with me here today. Got a few of you guys. I appreciate you for hanging out. Hopefully we can come over some good alpha that could help us make some fairly decent decisions here. We got Brackets Adventure. He was first, and we had Rising Sun. How's it going, brother? Dave P's in the house, and we got Crispy Chicken saying FOMC tomorrow. And yeah, the weeks where we actually have these things coming out, especially FOMC, from Chair Powell, anytime that the Federal Reserve speaks, there's usually something that affects the markets, and market makers love that because they love to do the little fake outs. So you'll notice that we usually come to an inflection point, I guess is what we'd say, an area, a key level, such as what we are right here with Bitcoin at this level where it's make or break. The market maker strategy is to get us to those areas and then try to freak us out. And then whenever an announcement's made and you're looking at it on especially the smaller time frames, you're going to see something that looks like a little bit like a heartbeat pattern is how I would describe it. We see this a lot, and all they're doing is just they're taking out all leverage. So it will not be unusual this week when that goes on, wherever price is, to see it could start out, it could go down and then come up, but you'll see something along the lines of that. And if it starts to the downside, well, it usually, will bounce right back up real high and then come back right at the middle, somewhere through there. It's very common to see that. Perhaps you'll go up and then come down and do like that. But these are little hints about what they're trying to do and wipe out the market and wipe out the leverage. And then there's usually a bigger, much bigger move that follows that after they cleared the playing field. So that's just what we expect during any time that they do Fed stuff. Those are always kind of shaky weeks. But my understanding is they'll be taking no action next month in September, I believe. Or this month in August. So August might turn out to be an interesting month for crypto and Bitcoin. If we take a look at our altcoins, and they've been struggling, right? We pay attention to that over here on Total 3, and I just got it thrown up here with a few other things. Some of the pullback that we're getting in crypto is also being reflected, it's being reflected, but as a result of Standard & Poor's or the regular legacy market. We use S&P 500 index for tech stocks to give us an idea. That's over here right above my head. And you can see we've had this trend line here. We came up. Now, the point that we hit, 56.79, that is a top area. And I'm looking for the possibility that we might bounce back up there to that area, retest it, then we might lose this trend line. I'm looking at that possibility, or we might just get above it and go hella bullish even more here on tech stocks and everything. So if the legacy market is doing good and our dollar value is starting to go down because of it, that usually is kind of positive for Bitcoin and crypto. So that's what I'm looking for. We're finding support right here. That's a good sign. And a possible bounce to the upside, and we could probably see some good things coming out of at least Bitcoin and a few choice altcoins. But overall, altcoins are just kind of struggling and going sideways, and I'm afraid to say I think they will do that for a little while. We'll take a look at Total 3 really quickly here on a bigger time scale. It makes it make a little bit more sense, I think. And it is a mixture, a good, solid, confusing mixture of signals here. There's some good things, and then there's some like What you up to, Willis? Kind of things going on here. I'm going to start out going with the moving averages here. We got an 800, the 600 crossed it. It's bullish. Above that's the 300, the 200, and then our price. Momentum is saying, man, we're going up in the right direction. We're just doing it kind of slow. We're getting a slow takeoff, man. Our airplane is getting off the runway, but she ain't going straight up like this. She's just, just going. She's flying low, but at least she's flying, right? She's above the 200 moving average. We're holding that nice. Recovered it. Looks like we're going to hold it. We did get the death cross. Boom, boom, boom. And that's where this 50 moving average, this blue line crosses over that 200. That's the bear signal we got. Now, technically, that's a sell signal. That's a get out signal. It means that we could be having some bearish sentiment. But in my personal opinion, the other moving averages, these bigger ones that we marked out here, and the way that they're positioned just outweigh that. So price can, fluggle, or whatever that word is around here, go sideways. We'll probably see a lot of that in altcoins. Expect that. Some will be doing good and kind of keep the total 3 propped up, and then some of them just start doing crap, right? So this is a good time to reevaluate. Do I really like this project? Do I want to be in this project? Because I'm looking at a lot of projects that I'm in and I'm playing right now, and I'm like, what up, man? Are you going to do anything at all? Because you sandbagging my portfolio, bruh. It's not what I signed on for. You're supposed to make portfolio go up, not number kind of hang out or go down. So I'm going to have some serious talks with some of my bags, especially the ones I've got over on some spot margin positions. That's a good way I've found to help me clear out things and rebalance things. So that's what I got. And I know a lot of people might say, look at that shoulder, head and shoulder. We're coming to the downside. Maybe, but we're not doing it yet. Right now, if anything, we've got a 21 moving average, flirting with the idea, maybe, possibly, maybe here on the daily, in another day or two, it could have enough strength to actually cross bullishly over that 200 moving average, and that's good. The Ichimoku cloud itself suggests that we may not see below 614 billion here on total 3, so that's good. So a little sideways, and we'll just see what happens with the altcoins. First altcoin I'd like to take a look at today would be Ethereum. I moved my Ethereum over to spot margin, and I think brackets of interest mentioned something like that too earlier, so let's look at that idea. I'm going to zoom out here on Ethereum. I think I'm just going to clean this whole thing up. And let's look and see what we got on Ethereum. She's at 33,200, and she just had to come down. She got up to about 4,000. She came down to about 28.8. Yeah, during those parts, I was like, man, you can be kind of dumb not to move your Ethereum over there and see if you can build up a bigger bag on some very low margin. So that's what I've been working on. First of all, I'm going to look at some trend lines that we got here and some of these ideas. We've established this bottom trend line. I'm just going to carry that up and see if we can identify a channel area. I'm looking right over here. We got a wick that came down, so it can act as support. We got a candle body as resistance. Got a wick over here as resistance. Got a candle body as resistance. This is spelling out a nice tight channel. And then we're looking where we're wicking down and finding some support there. This is how I'm interpreting this. This is just how the TA was playing out. We're in the channel, get a bullish breakout, went up to 40,000, came back down, didn't quite touch that area. Came back up, come back down, got a little closer. Now we might come down and actually touch this area, 28.8 something. Could happen. Could be making like a little flaggy flag before she starts going to the upside. But basically we're retesting this breakout area right here, right here. Right here. And once we clear this area for good, like we're trying to, I think it's upside for Ethereum. A lot of good things are going for Ethereum. That is, the legacy market is got some plans for it. And while it's not my personal favorite coin, I likes it. And so I plays it, and I might as well start building my bags up more on it. It came down. We had a 786 retest. That is good. That can give us a nice bounce up with the Fibonacci strategy. Let's get a target here. Using our Fibonacci's based on what we just saw there, and that's telling us in short term maybe 4,400. Okay, it's not going to be too ambitious, but there are a couple more targets. There is these three basically up to possibly 53.77. That would be a great little target to hit, but the 44 needs to be hit first. That's to be the first area to look for some confirmation that we might go even further up. But we need to make a higher high. We made a higher low. That next higher high should be 5,372, somewhere right there in those areas. If you want to go with a measure move, just your traditional TA, just use it in your little patterns and put that at the breakout. She exceeded that a little bit, but that also gives you another target we can hit, about 3,600. So you do have that idea. I'll mark that little guy there. But you can see we've already exceeded that. I like that idea. 4,400 is what I'm looking for Ethereum. And at that point, I'll pay myself a little bit and then see if I can buy some more a little bit cheaper, because that's the name of the game that I'm playing. I'm going to zoom out, just make sure we're not missing anything. Seeing how I respect some angles here, and I am seeing some respect. We're going to give this one some room to breathe there on that particular angle. So channel breakout retest, that's basically what I'm seeing right here, and then potential to keep on coming up, baby. Now, at this point, it's worth noting that we do have a trend line that was broken, so we don't want to escape that idea. I'm here on the weekly time frame. So we are technically a little bearish right now, and that's why we're seeing a little sideways and all that. So keep that in mind. What we would like to see is a bounce here. I'm on the daily chart now, and if we can recover this red trend line that I just drew, man, that's hella bullish. If we don't recover it, it's still okay. We can still kind of bounce around under here until we kind of figure out what we're going to do and actually get a breakout later on. Even if we never get above that line again, we can still reach up our target 4,400. No problem, just riding underneath it. And that's actually kind of a bearish sign, or bullish sign in my personal opinion there. So Ethereum looking kind of nice and cool. Wouldn't be fair if we didn't take a look at Caspa, so we're going to knock that one out of the way here. I'm going to take a look at a little MexC. Still looking for 19.8 to get hit. That'll be retesting the area that we were just at, our most recent high there. And we got to do that. It looks like we're going to test it. Will we break it? If we break it, I'm looking at 20.5 cents. But my real targets I'm really looking for is a possible reversal area about 22.222, that area. And these are the areas that we can expect some strong resistance to start pulling in on Caspa. A lot of people will be looking to take profits in these areas, especially from 22 to 23 cents. If we're lucky, if we're really lucky, 25 cents might come to play, but it's going to take a lot of strength to get there and probably a lot more time to actually reach those targets. But Caspa slowly doing it, being one of the strongest ones in the market today. If you're not in it, you might want to look at it and see if you can formulate a plan to pick up some, because she seems to be the hottest thing in the market right now as far as altcoins go, with the possibility of actually doing something that might actually positively expect our crypto space, make it better, and have an actual good use case. Proof of work, I like it. I'm pretty much sold on it. Trying to build my bags bigger on it. Gosh darn it, wish I bought more when it was cheaper. Famous last words that we will all say many times over this market. Hey, do you guys remember us talking about waves? This one we look at. It's a carryover from when I used to be in a trading group. Melt faces is what I was always told. And my face hasn't been melted with it too much, but it does have the possibility if you look at the charts from beyond. But she got, when she reached $5, well, she found herself down to 69.70 cents. Man, that was a hellacious drop. And if you weren't ready for that, if you didn't have something in place, you'd think, oh my God, man, I just lost almost 85% of my money. Kind of sucks when it starts feeling that way, right? But if you're taking advantage of this and building some more positions, it's kind of interesting. Now, look, the bottom area here that we hit on waves, $1.25. Well, now we've reclaimed it. We're at 130, which could possibly make this into the ever elusive bear trap, baby, which usually signifies a nice solid move. Now, I would expect We're on the daily that we could shoot up to $1.65, and that's where our 100 moving average is. There's a little bit of support and resistance flip area right over here. It might come into play. That 200 moving average area that kind of signifies this little area, this guy right over here, about $2 on up to about 216, 220. That looks juicy to me. Now, if we're going to follow our TA to what we have and get us a target, we got several ways that we can get some reliable targets here. Number one being the channel that we're in, just taking the width of that channel itself. Just go straight up to straight down, and you got the width of it. Put it at the breakout area, and that gives us a nice little target. And these are fairly good and accurate on channels. No adjustments needed, no adjustments required, and that guy takes us right up here to about 248, just right under 250. And you look to the left and you see this area here where, well, we were there before and hung around. We'll retest that area for waves. Now, what could that do for us as far as price? Well, that will take waves up about another $1. I kind of like that idea. I think we might have just a possible trade setup here that we might want to explore, since we technically got a little bit of a breakout. Now, I'm not one for these gigantic stop losses. I don't like them. I like them somewhere around 10% or so. My personal take is, well, if you close a candle lower than what you have here on the daily, and this trade's probably going to be nullified anyway, so I find no problems of putting a really tight stop loss, about 6% there on this move if I'm trying to make this trade. And it's got a possibility to come up and make 100%. That's, I like that. If you want to wait, get on the retest and buy cheaper, that's possible. You can just go down to smaller time frames and see how that works out and see if there's a chance. She's looking really strong on the 4 hour. Looking really strong on the 1 hour. Those possibilities may not be here for waves. She's looking good, baby. Nice little round in shape here. Now, it's not going to be like a straight up position or a straight up kind of thing. She's at areas it'll be bouncy. There'll be ups and downs, but I think this is a nice little setup. I want to throw this over in our Telegram group. I haven't really posted a setup over there in a while, just because of the market and the way things have been, but this one looks pretty nice. And I think it can realistically get up to these areas, and I would take a swing low to a swing potential high. Well, I take that back. I would go from this high down to this low, and then I would pick out some of these other targets possible. Right here. So swing high to swing low. Tell me where price can possibly go. $1.89 looks like a good little target. Somewhere there in the middle, and 222. So we got some shorter term targets, but I'm really looking at 248 there. So I like this idea, 248, possibly 189. That's a nice little setup, I believe. All right, we're going to take a little picture of this, post him over on our Telegram group. For you guys that did not know about Telegram group, I do have a free, it's 100% free all through and through. Over on Telegram, I throw those links into the chart. Should be in the video description or the stream description as well. There is the Telegram group where all the cool kids hang out, and there's a good AI chat. There's a good AI bot over there that will do technical analysis for you, trading strategies for you, as well as look at what's hot on Twitter. I don't know, it does so much stuff that I can't keep up with it. But that's a cool place to hang out. And then we also have the chart room, which is just a maze, and that's where we're headed right now. This is what the lounge looks like, and this is where we put all the cool articles. We just have all our good conversations, a lot about Casper lately. Then the chart room over here, we go to trade setups, and that's where I'm going right now. See, Crispy Chicken's been over there posting some good trades, and now I'm going to put this one over there. My first post I've done in a while. $sign ticker, the waves. This is on the daily. possible long of a breakout. See stream for details, so I don't have to type it all out here. That's the only bad thing I found. That's one reason you don't see me posting many charts over there, is because I have to break it down, especially if I'm doing it from the stream. But I like that. I got 100% profit possible, or ROI. At 248 target. And there we go. There's a trade set up, officially put over there. And so if you go over to the trade setups and you see that, you can just click it and it'll blow it up, and then you can kind of see the details of what we got. And the idea is that we got a breakout of this channel. It's got a measure move that comes up to 248. We've also got some other little targets there corresponding with support and resistance areas. Also lined up with Fibonacci's. They make great little targets. So $1.88, 221, 248 look like great targets to get in on this. If you want to nail your entry, you can go to the smaller time frame, but they're all looking bullish at the moment. I'm just saying, so good luck with trying to catch it at a smaller, tiny price. That might not work out the way you want it to, but hey, such is life. Oh my gosh, there's women on my screen. What's up? Let's check out with you guys on the chat, see what you guys got going on. Hey, we got Joe from Trade Intuition, another YouTuber. Check him out, his channel. He was on Trading Wars yesterday. I got to catch some of that. I think I caught the repeat. We got Mr. Miles first. This is early. I thought I would mix it up a little bit, Mr. Miles. I don't know. I just saw some flip-floppers this morning. We're shorting down to 65 and then longing to 70. I don't know what's going on. I was like, I see the flip-flopping and I just let's just go on and let's see what the charts say. Mr. Miles, the moon isn't enough. Casper. He didn't chart Casper the Bitcoin. I did not, Mr. Miles. I can. Like I wouldn't notice. So I'm taking it that's your favorite chart is Casper the Bitcoin. Mr. Miles says, be careful. Last time Road Dogg gave me something for free. It came to the 7th layer of hell, the helium hotspot. Well, yep. I did warn you though. That was the reason I was giving it away, because it was not working for me. Hopefully that will work out. Mr. Miles, you late. At Sam Webb, no pizza for you. Did you say trading wars or trading whores? Second one answers to me more, says Mr. Miles. Wouldn't it be nice if we had... Wow. Sam says, I'm on the ladder wrapping up windows, Sam. Put that work in, buddy. At some point, you'll just do that for entertainment. So, for you guys that may be tuning in because I'm in a different time spot, my name is Lane. I am a Road Dogg. Normally have a late night stream. Trying to transition to a little bit normal hours where I'm not such a vampire, but I am a full-time crypto trader and investor. Most of my trades this cycle have been position trades because they work very good when you can find a nice exchange that offers spot margin. Not many of them do that. Binance, KuCoin, CoinEx, 3 that I know of. I'm using CoinEx right now. Links in the description below. Does require a little bit of a VPN, but they're pretty cool, man. I like them. But when we get big drops like we've had over these past months, it's a great time to start up a spot margin position. This is what I did. Let's take a look at Casper to BTC, or Mr. Miles, make him. Oh, looky there. Nice. So we're up to 292 Satoshis, looks like, for Casper. Gaining against Bitcoin, and that's what those are the altcoins that you want to focus on. If you will, take a look at your altcoins against the BTC pair instead of the dollar or the tether or whatever. That will show you the strength. Because if you came into altcoins expecting to grow your Bitcoin, which is what I did, that's the OG strategy, right? That's the whole reason why I got into a multitude of all these little altcoins, is so that they can outperform Bitcoin. At points in the market they do, at other points they don't, which is what we've been going through a long time. Because Bitcoin has been outperforming all the altcoins. It's just true. It just does that during certain parts of the cycle. It's usually toward the end of the cycle when the altcoins really outperform Bitcoin. And then you can make more Bitcoin that way. Isn't Bitcoin kind of topping out or already topped out at that point? Well, yeah. Well, as long as you're making more Bitcoin, you're good. There's strategies you can use with that Bitcoin at that point in the game. You got all kinds of options in there. But the biggest thing is, if your altcoins are not going to outperform Bitcoin, then you just need to ride Bitcoin. Pure and simple. And Bitcoin is going to be the number one. I don't mean to sound like a Bitcoin maxi, but I mean, it's just true. And I've talked about this for more than a year about what we're going through right now with the altcoins when Bitcoin starts stealing the show, man. We're going to be looking at altcoins going like, what the hell, man? What the hell? And we talked about that, and that's been one of my concerns. I'm like, that's why Bitcoin maintains a big part of my portfolio. And that's one of the secrets to crypto, man. If you're not putting most of your portfolio on the Bitcoin, where you're missing some of the true opportunities. And it seems counterintuitive. You're like, well, that's a boomer coin. It doesn't move that much. Well, look at this portfolio, which is mostly just buying Bitcoin. It was $100,000. It's 6x, 655. It's not real. It's paper. But is your portfolio up 6x and maintaining it? Because going mostly on Bitcoin has. I can't say that about my altcoins. Some of them make good gains. Some of them are, they're back to where they were. But my Bitcoin is keeping that number up. So Caspa Bitcoin got a breakout of this trend line. That's good. Come down, retest it. We're regaining the 6-1. The yellow line is a 618 Fibonacci. We're reclaiming that. We got a measure move that takes Caspa up to 455 Satoshis right up here. Just the width of the channel alone. Let's tighten it up a little bit though. I want to tighten it up. Tighten it up. It may make the little measure move. The price may go beyond that little measure move because I tighten it up. I don't care. It gives me a realistic target. And so we're going to bring it down to 427 Satoshis there. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, 427. These extra two little digits there just are confusing. So from here to there, man, think about making 48% more on your Bitcoin. If you just bought Caspa right now and bought it with cash, if you wanted to play the strategy to grow your Bitcoin, and it will take time, but eventually Caspa gains in value against Bitcoin, and you could turn half a Bitcoin's worth of, that's too much, but let's just use it for an example, half a Bitcoin's worth of Caspa into a full Bitcoin at that point. So very good to have these tokens that are excelling against Bitcoin, and Caspa being one of the best ones we got out there. Proof of work, much like Bitcoin. Could this be a shoulder and shoulder? Man, how about it just being a breakout of this? It's all going to get you to the same thing. Gotta throw these ideas out there just because we're always looking for these little things, and then there's a flip-flop. I can't flip-flop on the channel, man. You're either going to break out of the channel or you're not going to break out of the channel. Well, period. You're either going to have that measure move or you're not. So I'll lock me channels. Mr. Miles, I have not got a chance to look at the Caspa video that you put over on the Telegram group. I'll look at that. Something about a cup. Oh, he was saying something about a cup and handle just from the title. Could it be? Technically, yeah. It would fit my definition for a cup and handle. I haven't seen the guy's video, so I'm just kind of guessing what he's probably seeing. Because price, you're going to hear some very different stories depending on who you talk to. But the beauty of a cup and handle is that it's a big, long accumulation. And that's the magic of a cup and handle. That's not talked about. So yeah, with price rising up into the pattern, and then we're making a nice scallop, a nice rounded shape. It's not quite up level with this. So I'm going to throw this idea out here. Price could come up to here and then handle out. You could see that idea for if it wants to make a true cup and handle, a more traditional style one. Then you see cup and handles in the major cup and handle pattern if you pay close attention. So you should see lots of smaller cup and handle type ideas all through here that are building a bigger. It's kind of like a fractal in a way, how it develops. But the idea is that wherever the neckline is, this could be the handle. The handle usually comes down about 2/3 of the way from the lip line, which means that Casper could still come all the way down here to 220 Satoshis, right? And still be valid on this idea. So we're not out of the woods for, there's nothing confirmed here for the cup and handle idea. I still think it's got a little bit more that it could flesh out, because the best ones have the lip line pretty much about even, seriously. Anyway, either way, if it was the cup and handle, you would take it from the lip line here down to the bottom for the measure move and put that on the top of the breakout. And that takes us up to the same areas we had before, about where it was before I clipped this one. Still, you're pretty much about the same as the width of a channel. So if you look at this, if the patterns seem confusing and people are flip-flopping, look, it's an inverted head and shoulders. No, now it's a regular head and shoulders. No, it's a this and it's a that. To the, they're flip-flopping every few minutes, man. Just zoom out, connect your dots, and you will find a channel, or you will find some larger pattern that's forming a triangle, usually, in most cases. There are some other things to look at, but these are the biggest things I found. This is what the OGs were telling me, and I was like, nah, man, you're making it too easy. I got to see all the little bitty patterns and all this other stuff, which just took me on a, the OGs were right, man. They were right. They're saying zoom out, go with the simplest thing. That will work for you. And I got to say, the more time I spend in the market, I got to agree with those OGs, man, from back in the day that were the first OGs in crypto that are the billionaires today. The ones that were trading back in 2011, 2012, 2013, back in those days, yeah. A lot of knowledge that they were sharing back there on Bitcoin talk threads. A lot of cool strategies that they were talking about back then that nobody pays attention to now. Dynamics were different back then. We didn't have stablecoin. We just had Bitcoin. It was interesting. Now, I didn't know technical analysis back then, but I do remember a lot of the points and things that they were saying back then. And I find that the more that I apply those strategies today, wow, they're pretty dang kick-ass, I must say. So, are you coming up here, darling? Are you going to gain against Bitcoin? It looks like Casper's going to. Some other coins that are kind of doing pretty well right now. AIOZ, been taking a look at this one and looked at it last night, but she seems to be doing pretty well today too. Let's check in on AIOZ right now. Look at that, nice little movement continuing today on AIOZ. She's finding some resistance at the 100 moving average on the daily. Remember, she had the Death Cross 2, blah, 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 blah. It's going to hell in the handbasket. And Death Cross is 50 crossing the 200 and is not an end-all be-all. But looky here, we got the 9 moving average very possibly crossing bullishly over that, and that could help negate a bunch of this bear cross, death cross ideas. It can help negate that. We got a chance to come back, retest these areas, so about 55 cents could be coming back into play for AIOZ, but I'm still looking for us to go up to 73, possibly up to 83 cents on AIOZ, so I like that idea. I like this guy. I like it. I like this setup fairly well. Should I share this one? Probably could update it. Throw that one over on the trading group or the trading community. This is still looking for 73 cents. Tau BitTensor is another hot one. She had a little FUD a few months ago. Some people were saying that it was more functioning like a meme. So it had its fun, had a big sell-off after all that crap, and then people were, oh, this is a bunch of crap. They're trying to buy it cheaper or whatever. It's a bigger play for mine. And then I think what was her next exploit or something that they had to kind of fix and whatever. But, you know, she's at 329. She got down to 197. So we're making a comeback. We're still in the channel. And all we got to do is just top to bottom put you at the breakout area, and it suggests that maybe 463 could be hit. Look a little bit to the left there and for some confluence, and that's a support resistance flip area right here where price was support and then a little fuzzy zone, but it became resistance. So I kind of like that. We'll go with that little guy for a nice little target. Measured move. It's coming in 461. Rock and roll, Tao. Can you do it? Seems to be breaking this little channel right now, so a little iffy. Not really written in stone at the moment on the daily. But I like it. I think she's got a good chance. She may kind of fumble around through here a little bit in smaller time frames, and that's cool. 396, 461 possible is what I'm seeing. Take a look at Jasmine over on Binance. What are you doing, Jasmine? You back above 3 cents? Good for you, Jasmine, because you've been having a hard time. She got down to 2.5 cents there a little bit. I want to zoom out here on the daily and see what we got. I got a big old mess here is what I got. Let's slide these little guys over here. It's like we hit that target and then lost it again, and that was at the 3.2 cents. Still basically looking at the 3.5 cent area. Oh, did you move that? Move it back. 3.5 cent area, 618 Fibonacci from this swing high to swing low. I see us getting up that way. I want to take this little guy moving. Oh, you're already up there. And then we've got a bigger target up here at 5 cents. That may take her a little while to get there, but we talked about altcoins. They're going to be kind of slow and sluggish like molasses for a little while. So all the attention's going to be mostly on Bitcoin and a select few altcoins. Mr. Miles says, don't listen to Road Dogg. Turn your cash into Bitcoin. He's crazy. Just look at his face. Mr. Miles says, Road Dogg's going to ask us if we want to know how he got his scars. That's the market. The market beat me up, but I survived. Casper's about to go touch all-time highs. Casper's doing good. A lot of people like it. Let's take a look at Solana. A lot of people are really putting a lot of money into Solana and everything. Now, I caught a video last night, somebody breaking down Solana in its past and, you know, how things are not always as they seem and throwing out, I mean, it wasn't casting shade, but they were throwing out some facts over there. And I've never been sold fully on Solana. I'm just going to say that. She's doing good, but I'm not convinced that it's organic. And then I've seen the evidence last night. I want to see if I can find that and post it over in the Telegram group, just for anybody who might be wanting to watch it. But I'm being very cautious with Solana. I'm not going crazy on it. I'm building my bags on it, playing it and everything. But really, when you think about it, what is being built on Solana? I mean, the Helium Network stuff moved over there. There's some things that moved over there, but it's mostly meme coins. Anything that's really, really, really lifetime Jupiter Exchange is over there. So, I mean, there's some good things, but just some enlightening things about actual transactions per second. And, you know, things may not be as transparent as they claim, but, you know, that's for everybody to deep dive into their projects. I'm just not fully sold on Solana. It's had a history, a bumpy history. And I don't know, there's going to be a $10 million Solana unlock coming over the next year too. So factor that in. So anyway, playing it, I'm looking for 206. If she's getting a higher high, then I'm looking for about 266. So we've got a little bit of wiggle room here, but all these areas here, I'm going to definitely be taking profit on Solana. I'm not going to be sitting here with a moon boy saying, yeah, Solana's getting ready to go to $1,200 or anything crazy like that. I've still got my eye on Solana, still trying to feel it out because I'm not seeing the substance there, my personal self, even before I saw the videos and reports last night. That just kind of, you know, solidified what I've been feeling too. I'm like, oh, well, somebody else sees some stuff in there too that doesn't quite jive. But if you're looking at her, I mean, she's technically got a breakout at the moment. She's at a resistance area here. If I move this trend line, but it looks kind of nice. It's possible. I'm not saying she's going to go to zero, but I'm just saying at some point there's going to be a lot of people expecting Solana to get really strong and make a certain higher number, and it's not going to do it because everybody that got into this early, even some of the bigger players that have been in crypto for a while, billionaires who've already bought up their positions, they're going to dump on your ass. So they'll probably hype up a number and throw a lot of articles and put a lot of stuff out there saying, yeah, we're getting ready. It looks so good, so good, so good. And get everybody hyped up, because that's usually how the market works. And then they're going to be ready to dump on their asses. I don't want to be dumped on. So I'm dumping earliest. Because I'm personally, I don't have the conviction for Solana. I got more conviction for Caspa than I do for Solana. Just throw it out there like that. We've also got Avalanche over here, struggling, man. $26. This thing was up to $65, man. She got up to $65 in March and then gave it up real quick. Didn't even hit my target up here at 67. Shame, shame, shame. And now, since we broke this trend line, it looks like that we're possibly going to be coming down here to this area. We could see, oh man, $25. It could happen. Might be looking at that. Hopefully this trend line will hold. If not, 22, 21 could be in the picture. But we broke their major trend line, so we got that going for us. That didn't work out. Such is life. Such happens. We pull a fib and get an idea, see how strong this move is. Okay, we're respecting the 618 area, 2605. That would be great if it holds. I'm not even going to draw a line there, but that would be good. If that holds, then we might see $34 coming, and to just do it beneath this trend line. And if it does this kind of thing, you know, we broke the trend line, and then we're going to come back up and retest the bottom of it. That's usually where we see like the, you know, a possible double top scenario, M top or M pattern. That could be to, you know, a bigger pullback. Could be. Those are just ideas we're looking at. So take a little bit of profit around $32, $33 on AVAX if you're in it. It's not a bad idea, just in case. Go past Caspa Go, says Mr. Miles. Nope says, good morning, Road Dog. Any chance you feel like taking a look at Cat Dog on Solana? We can do that. Mr. Miles says, and they got the Solana smartphone. As much as I dislike Solana, that's a very smart move. That is cool. Now, I do like that idea. I see more VCs got their fingers in Solana. And VCs, if anything I've ever seen, are just big on hype. The phone looks cool. The previous phone, I haven't heard anything bad about it. The one that came with all the airdrops and everything. I mean, I like it. I was tempted to get one of those phones myself. I didn't, because it's not going to be out until next year, 2025, and a lot of things can change between now and then. I don't know. I'm curious. I've just got to see more out of Solana. Be cool if there could be a Caspa phone. Woo! So we're taking a look at, what was it again? It was Cat Dog. I believe I've got Dex tools up here. Let's take a look at Cat Dog. Oh, Cat Dog. You're so catty, but yet so much like a dog at the same time. Cat Dog Solana. Thing is open 9 days ago is what it says here. Let's get the most liquidity. Let's check it out. It's got a 99 out of 99 on its scores over here. It's no honeypot, so that's a good thing. Buy and sell tax, got question marks, so don't know nothing about that. It's a $51 million market cap, so she's kind of up there for the new memes. Liquidity is 696,000, or circulating supply is just under $1 billion, or it was 99.99 billion, just under 100 billion. 23,000 holders. Let's see what she looks like. She already peaked out up here, didn't she? We're on the daily. So she already went parabolic, and a lot of times when that happens, it's going to be down and sideways after. Let's see what it... No, it's not showing up as much over here on the 1 hour. That's interesting. We don't have that big giant wick on some of these. Let me go back through this. Now I don't see that big wick at all. So I was on the... Yeah, there it is on the daily. It's not showing that big giant scam wick right up there on the smaller time frames. In a way, that's good. It gets the noise out, but let's see what we got without it. So chart looks pretty decent. I mean, higher highs, higher lows. It's on a nice trajectory there. It just looks to me like it's in a channel. Price travels in a channel. That is my thesis. And if you can figure out that channel and the angles of those channels, well, I think it gives you a little bit of an edge. If I can ever find these tools. So touching the bottom of this channel, definitely 4120. That is decimal 0004120. And reaching the top of that channel, somewhere about 6888. Let's do a little fib magic, see what we can learn. Oh, you at a tough area right there. She's definitely at a tough area. There's a possibility it might come up to 64.54. It looks like we might have got a top area up there. I'm running with this. 4168. I would look for a pullback to that area and see what happens there. See if we can get a bounce if we respect this trend line again. That'd be a nice bounce off of that particular fib area to give us a nice move. I see a possibility of it coming down before it goes up. Why do you say that, Road Dog? Because you broke the trend line, baby. You broke it, you retested it, and usually go down and sideways. So she broke market structure for this particular trend there. But she can still come up to 63.97. Okay, so look, when she breaks market structure, when it's bullish and you break market structure, it can come under that line and then start, color that line different. Color it white. It can come under that line and then retest it, and then she comes down and sideways, right? Well, we got the same thing going on with this trend line. She can go up, reject. She could come up all the way up here, M top, and then come down. So we got those ideas. Overall, that's bullish if price keeps going up, because if we were in a bear market when we break these market structure, it's usually a quick tank. So anytime that deviates, like, you suck, Road Dog, just it's going to break that trend line, it needs to go down. It normally will, and if it doesn't, take that as a good sign, man. Take that as a good sign. It's got something, she's working on something. But she can still come down to 43, 63, or go up to 68.29 is what I'm getting. Thank you, kind sir. My problem. My pleasure. Looks like we might just come down to that 786. Yeah, I believe we All right, guys, that's all I got for today. It is moving on to 1 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here. Just want to come in and take a look at the market real quick, see what's going on. And working on my trades here. They're a little bit under since we got the little bit of a pullback with Bitcoin. Got the nice big wick there, trying to see if we're going to hold this support area for Bitcoin or not. Looks to me like on the 1 hour that maybe so, temporarily at least. You know, we can come up to 67,000. May start heading up to around close to 68. That would be great. This area right here at 67,300, that's a support resistance flip area. So if you can draw a little line there. Even the Ichimoku Cloud says, man, getting past 67,300 is going to be a little bit of a feat, but hey, man, we're in a great place that we could do it. I am not all bearish like some people are on Bitcoin right now. We are in a falling pattern. Normally breaks up to the upside about 64% of the time. We're catching some support here on a trend line and a nice Fibonacci area here that could give us a nice move to the upside. There's a lot of good signs here on the 1 hour saying, hey man, it's not that bad, not that bad. Let's give it some time, let it breathe a little bit. If you're trying to short, you're trying to short the bottoms, which is like trying to long the tops. Just know that's risky as hell. There's a lot of people trying to do that right now, but the best place, in my personal opinion, with a situation like this is to wait till it breaks, retest, and then you know you got probably a confirmed short going. As long as it'll break back into the pattern. That's not what's happening right now. Right now, we got a little bouncy bounce here, and we could be headed to 67.3. So shorters might be squeezed here in a little bit. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Be back again tonight, taking a look at the charts. Hang out with me tonight. We'll have some fun somewhere around 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Catch you later. There's no music. You suck, Rocco! Why is there no music? End screen. That's crazy, y'all. Somebody erase my music. We have to fix that. See you guys later.